So we will start with USG and then we will build on that. We start with USG, later we will need MRI, and then finally comes the management. So if my mass is very well defined, hyperechoic with a central stalk, if you can show on USG, very low elasticity means a soft mass, then more often than not, it will be a polyp. Kuch nahi karna hai, no further imaging needed, resect the polyp. If my endometrial mass is having heterogeneous appearance, it is appearing high elasticity. That means it is hard on elasticity. It is more likely a submucosal fibroid. No further imaging required. Very benign findings. So we are going from benign to malignant spectrum. So polyp versus submucosal fibroid. Polyp is hyperechoic and fibroid is mostly heterogeneous. ISO 2 slightly hypoechoic. The polyp will show this typical central stalk feeding vessel sign. The fibroid will not show. The polyp will be soft on elasticity. The fibroid will be characteristically a hard mass on elasticity. Next thing can happen. There is an ill-defined mass near the junctional zone, and if I see these cysts in the mass, then definitely it is a focal adenomyoma. We are talking about masses, so not adenomyosis, but a focal lesion, so adenomyoma. We can go for an MRI, junctional zone thickening, and the criteria we discussed was more than 12 mm, along with cysts within. Kuch nahi karna again. All of these three very benign things and very important differentials of each other. Now, if we have a well-defined diffuse endometrial thickening, which is endometrial hyperplasia, and for that, I want from you guys, what are the criteria of endometrial hyperplasia? Like, what are the three figures you should remember for the ET? ये देखेंगे. Anytime there is endometrial hyperplasia, you should always advise for endometrial curettage or aspiration. Even MRI can be done. And on MRI, this is not showing significant diffusion restriction. Okay. ये हो गया. If the same thing I'm seeing, a heteroechoic mass, ill-defined planes. Now, I'm not sure where is the endomyometrial interface. ET is thickened and I cannot see the clear interface, jitna bhi I can see on a USG, between endometrium and myometrium. So there might be some myometrial invasion with a thickened ET. Then I have to do an MRI, and a definitive diagnosis ke liye I again need a curettage versus aspiration. On ADC, it will be showing true diffusion restriction. That means high on DWI and low on ADC. So this is low on ADC. Low on ADC. It can support it is endometrial carcinoma, and that's how it is done. So this is approach to endometrial masses. Okay, three benign things: polyp, submucosal fibroid, and focal adenomyoma, versus malignant things: endometrial hyperplasia and malignancy. In both of these, you do need histopathological correlation. Plus minus MRI, it might have some role. Okay. So what are the values of ET? A quick revision. If it's a young woman, reproductive age group, anything more than 15 millimeters for a young reproductive age group. And if it is a postmenopausal, then what? Simple postmenopausal diya, so anything more than 5 millimeters. Very good. 5, 8, and 15. Absolutely correct. And if the postmenopausal is on tamoxifen therapy, so postmenopausal, and along with this, there is tamoxifen, then it is 8 mm. So 5, 8, and 15 mm.